Hi, welcome back to Beautiful Souls to the next installment of What If Naruto Was a Hybrid Saiyan? In our last part, Naruto had like the first battle rounds after the Forest of Death are pretty much went the same with a few key developments. One person kind of like asked this like on Discord, and that's just like, why was he not his eyes bleeding? Well, that was a bit of a bit of a taste of like a little setup, something that a hint of something that could potentially happen in the future. Her eye, like she was bleeding with her Byakugan active. I mean, she was pushing, she basically pushed herself to the very limit. And Naruto noticed it, and before Neji could hit her, which that hit, if Hinata actually still had chakra and still had the ability to fight, wouldn't have killed her. But if it would have landed, it would have killed her. So that's what pissed Naruto off. So we jumped down, blocked the attack, basically kind of squeezing Neji's hand a little bit, and he blew up saying, if you ever touch her like that again, I'll kill you. And so that happens. Naruto had picked Hinata up and started to walk out. He's walking through the forest, and Hinata, she's not, she's out of it, but as he's walking and he's holding her, like, she basically just, like, kind of grabs his arm that he has her, like, he's basically carrying her bridal style, and she kind of tightens her grip up a little bit. Naruto looks down and is kind of smiling, and he just looks up, and he's on his way out of the forest. Like, as he's leaving the forest, he senses a presence behind him. He jumps back a bit and he says, "Who are you?" As he kind of growls this as he clutches Hinata closer. "Calm down," says the person. They think they think just like Minato and Kushina. Answer my question, Naruto. What is that girl to you? As the person says this, Naruto just he feels this warmth coming over him, and he relaxed a little bit. He looks down and smiles. She's someone I care deeply about. She pushed herself to a limit in a fight. Sorry, but I have to get her to the hospital. The person then looks at him like with an eye, like kind of an inquisitive eye, and like, I can help. Well, you'll have to do the work since you have the fox. This immediately puts Naruto on guard, and the person just motions like, calm down, calm down. You've probably, have you tried healing other people before? Naruto's eyes like brighten up a bit, and he's like, I did it once, but I've been trying, but like I can't do it completely. He just hears the person kind of laugh. Oh, Naruto. Well, so come now, lay her down gently now. And the priest explains, draw that chakra out, mold it, let it ever so slightly flow into her, and you'll be able to heal her body. Though, as the person's looking at Hinata, her mind maybe take a while. So Naruto listens because for some reason, like, he just feels this warmth, like, coming off of this person. And he just can't explain it. It's just this calming warmth, like he can't explain it. He's never had this. It's almost like the third, like how the third talks to him and like the third's presence when he's in the presence of the third, but he can't place it. He's never really truly experienced it. So he does what the person says. Now mold that chakra, purify it, combine it with your own. And Naruto, he does it, and to his shock, like, he just sees like this weird bluish, reddish light coming off of his hands as he puts it near Hinata, and the person exploding, letting the chakra flow ever so slightly into her body. And he sees that, like, the cuts and bruises, like, on Hinata begin to, like, heal, and the big gash on her cheek, like, heals up. And he looks up and he sees the figure has begun to leave. Who are you? Why do I feel this warmth in your words? The figure stops and states, "I'm sorry, I didn't know you existed." The figure then turns around and smiles. I'm on my way. This apparition is all I could do. I felt that burst of power. I'm about a month away, Naruto. I'll be there soon. And then Naruto just sees the person weave hand signs, and he gets a little defensive, kind of picking Hinata up. And he sees he hears the person say release. And as Naruto's looking at this, he just sees the person figure just kind of start to waft away as though it was just like air. And he's like, whoa. And then he hears Hinata cough a little bit, and he's like, damn it, I've got to get her. Didn't do it properly. Train that took a lot of concentration. So he gets Hinata to, like, the hospital, and he spends like several hours there. And eventually Hiyashi, Hinata's father, walks in, and he just sees, like, Naruto, like, kind of passed out on the bed holding Hinata's hand. And he smirks, he, like, scoffs a little bit. Naruto wakes up and he's like, sorry, Hyuga-sama. And, like, Naruto bows and runs out, and he just goes, oh god, oh. Hinata gets angry, but her father, he freaking scares me. She's just sitting next to, like, his daughter's bed, and he had been briefed what had happened in the shooting exams, and he's surprised at her performance. She never showed, like, that promise, that drive to, like, actually fight. And he's just thinking, it's like it was that Uzumaki boy that's doing this. Maybe I've been judging too wrong. So after on his way home, his stomach starts to growl, and this is about a few feet away from Ichiraki ramen. And he decides to stop in to get a couple of bowls, and as he sits down, like his stomach growls again, and Amy is actually there, and she just looks at Naruto and smiles, and then walks into the back and brings out like 2 bowls of ramen and slides it to him. And Naruto's like, "But go ahead, Naruto. I know you were going to want some food. And do you want the usual after this, or are you looking just for the snack?" Naruto smiles and digs, and it's like, "Oh, it's fine. I have food at home. It's just, after today, I haven't eaten anything since, like, lunch." Amy's like, "Whoa, Naruto, you, what happened?" So, as Naruto's eating, like, his 2 bowls of ramen, he explains it. Amy's just kind of smiling, and she's like, "Boys in love. Eh. Dang it." Kind of thing. Because Naruto is a looker. So, as he's about to get home, an Anbu member shows up. It says that the Hokage wishes for his presence. And Naruto's like, "Is he at his office or he's at the house, Naruto?" So Naruto makes it to the Hokage's like mansion. So he gets there, and as Naruto's getting there, Hirozen is like greets him, and Naruto like explains to him that he gives him a slip of paper and says that you're going to be meeting up with your teacher later tomorrow. Naruto's like, "But Kakashi-sensei." And Hiruzen explains that Kakashi and Sasuke had actually left the village, that they will have like a month to train and everything, and that Kakashi took Sasuke out of the village to go train with his Sharingan in like a more remote place. Well, not really outside the village limit, but they're still in Konoha. They're just in the mountain areas, but not like directly inside the city. So Naruto is upset by this, but then, so just like in canon, he meets up with, God, what's his name? Aburama, I think that it's the teacher that's been teaching Konohama. Their deal explains out in the same way, and then he eventually does meet up with Jiraiya. Now with Jiraiya, the things that change here are actually very, very much different. Jiraiya is just looking, and then he just spouts out, "You're weak. Why are you teaching him that? He's much too weak for that." Just pisses Naruto off, and the sensei's like, "Who are you?" And then Jiraiya kind of just stands up and turns around, and Arara Sensei just goes, "Sorry, Lord." And before he can say anything, Jiraiya just like kicks him away. And Naruto is like, "Whoa." And he's surprised about this. And then he sees it, and Naruto's like, "Wait, you're Jiraiya of the Sunning." And Jiraiya just kind of laughs. "Yes, young Naruto. It's been a long time since I've seen you. You've grown up quite a bit. Naruto just goes, huh? And Jiraiya just walks over to him and places his hand on like Naruto's shoulder. I've seen you before, Naruto, when you were a baby. Shortly after, and Naruto just looks down and then he looks up at Jiraiya and he's like, after my dad and my mother's death, right? Jiraiya just goes wide-eyed and it's like, so you know who your parents are? And Naruto like looks at him and he says, yeah, you taught my dad. But Naruto looks around and he says like, he kind of points up at like the monument and Jiraiya understands. And he's like, and then Naruto's like, so can you train me? I have the finals of the shooting exams coming up in a month, and well, around Sensei, he's kind of a ditz. He's trying to teach me water walking, which, and Jiraiya's like, oh, so why was that? And Naruto just casually walks over like onto the water and just says, I can already do it. I was bored. Jiraiya internally is just like chuckling. He's like, just like Minato, gets bored very easily. Then Jiraiya says, well, Naruto, I can't train you. You'll first have to prove it. And Naruto's like, so, what do I have to do, old man? And Jiraiya gets a little irked by this. He's like, you have to catch me by the end of the day. And Naruto's like, what? And Jiraiya says, I said, you have to catch me! As he, like, starts running off, like, body flickering, and Naruto's like, damn it! So he starts chasing after Jiraiya. He does, like a kid in, like, the Shadow Clone Jutsu to, like, spread out, but then he's like, damn it, this isn't working. Wait a minute. That ability. I've always been able to sense people. So Naruto, he jumps up onto like a building and he creates another 3 shadow clones, and they basically sit back to back, and he meditates. He's trying to feel it. And Kurama's like, kid, what are you doing? And Naruto's like, Kurama, I'm trying to sense his energy. I mean, I have other shadow clones searching, and I can possibly do this. Then two of his shadow clones like decapitate, and he's like, damn it! And then like he immediately like looks into like the area with that weird sensing ability that he has, and he's like, damn it, he's already gone. And then one of the shadow clone disappears like next to him, and he's like, found him. And then the rest decapitate, and Naruto with breakneck speeds like starts heading towards Jiraiya. And Jiraiya is about to leave the gate as like he hears a loud thump, and he turns around and he just sees Naruto, and Jiraiya begins to run. They make it out of the gates, and before Jiraiya can like actually body flicker away again, Naruto eventually like tackles him. Jiraiya goes, oh, yep, you're definitely your father's kid. Alright, Naruto, you proved your point. So Naruto gets up and he notices like Jiraiya wince in pain a little bit. And mind you, this has been a couple of days. He's just been lazy. He's been lazy. He's not really been putting forth effort because the person that was teaching him was kind of treating him like a child. So he's just like, whatever. Not gonna listen to him. He's just been thinking about like what he did with Hinata. And he slowly walks over to Jiraiya, and Jiraiya sees like the fox's chakra like starting to come off of his hands. And when he approaches Jiraiya, and then like Jiraiya sees like this blue aura start surrounding like his hands along with the chakra, and Naruto just stretches his hands out, and then Naruto kind of drops to like his knee again. He's like, damn it, why was it different when? Wait, let the chakra slowly. Oh my god, I'm an idiot, he thinks. Jiraiya's just looking at him, and he's like, Naruto, where did you learn to do that? Because Jiraiya's thinking back to, like, Kushina, like, how she was able to do that. And Jiraiya's like, have you been talking to the... Naruto kind of smiles, and he's like, yeah, I talked to him a lot, but no, he didn't tell me that. Kurama didn't tell me how to do this. This weird person after like I stopped Hinata from getting drunk, then he shakes his head. I met this weird person. I couldn't tell who they were. They were kind of... It's hard to explain. Jiraiya then like thinks hit in the back of his head. It's like, so you're finally returning. Alright, Naruto. What else do you know? And after like a couple of days, like Naruto goes, like shows Jiraiya, after like a whole day, Naruto eventually shows him everything. And then Jiraiya walks up to him and he's like, dang kid, you've grown a lot. I'm sorry I heard from the old man that you had it rough growing up. I'm sorry I wasn't here. I had other things I needed to take care of. Jiraiya is just thinking, damn it, did I make the right decision just leaving him here in the village? Naruto just walks up to him and he hugs him and he's like, it's okay, Pachan. And Jiraiya looks down at him and he's like, what is this about? And Naruto just looks up at him and he's like, well, Lord Third wouldn't say, but after reading through, Naruto quickly darts around with his eyes. He takes his coat off and he bites his finger and then rubs it like on his arm, and he weaves hand signs and he says, release, and a scroll pops up. And Jiraiya sees like the writing on it, and he's like, huh. In here, Mom and Dad, they said that you were like a father figure to them. And, well, I always asked Lord Third Gramps about it, and he never gave me a straight answer, but I had the feeling that you were closer to Lord Fourth than Lord Third. And Jiraiya smiles. It's like, yes, Naruto. How much do you know? And Naruto looks up and he's like, what do you mean? And then Jiraiya asks Naruto, have you unlocked your family's Kekkei transformation? And Naruto smiles and he's like, I I was able to control it once, but Kurama said he's not going to help me again. I have to learn how to control that anger and rage on my own. And Jiraiya's like, you said that name before. And Naruto then goes in and explains about like the Nine Tails' name is Kurama, and how in the forest he was able to control it once, but it was help with Kurama. And Jiraiya's just smiling, and he's like, wow, this kid really is a child of prophecy. So they will spend the several, they will spend like the next week or so. So this is about, so they'll spend like the next week going over subbing contracts. And when Jiraiya like gives him like has Naruto sign it, and they begin to do it, toads are like refusing to like come out. Naruto just can't do it, and then Naruto like calms his mind. Like Jiraiya tells him to like calm his mind and think about what he wants to do, and then just release his chakra. And then Kurama just scoffs, and Naruto in his mind says, "What is it? What is it, you dirty fox, Kurama?" Like Kurama growls again. He's like, "You have more than just chakra, Naruto. I'm not interfering with your flow, but you have to do what you normally do." Naruto thinks about it, and he's like, wait, I've been trying to use chakra, but... I get you, Kurama. So he leaves his mindscape, and then he shuts his eyes again, and he begins to focus. He imagines a whirlpool in like his chakra and his ki, like going into a unison inside of a whirlpool, coming down to a single point. And he goes, he waves the hand signs fast, and he slams his head down, and he says, "Summoning Jutsu!" And he summons the boss toad. And Jiraiya is just like, what the hell? He hasn't been able to do anything, but then he summons Goblin. And then Gababuta looks down. "Jiraiya boy, why have you summoned me?" And then he feels like this little prick on his head, and he kind of looks up, and he reaches his hand up, and he grabs Naruto by like the collar, and he like puts him out, and he's like, "Jiraiya, did this kid summon me?" Naruto then kicks like Kamabuta's head and then lands next to Jiraiya, and he's like, "You're gonna be my summoning contract. You're gonna be my summoning partner." Kamabuta chuckles. "I like your spunk, kid. Well, for you to summon me, you're gonna have to prove your point." And with that, you beautiful souls, that's where I'm actually going to end this part. Sorry, this one's a little bit dry, but as I was writing this part, I realized there's a lot of information I had to go over, and I actually tried getting this recorded several times. The one time I got a good recording, I uploaded it, and it wasn't coming out right. And then when I re-recorded it for like the fourth time, that file got corrupted because my phone ran out of power in the middle of like converting, and the file got corrupted. So this was my fifth attempt. That being said, thank all of you who have been participating in the polls. Comment down below who you think the person is. Um, I did on Discord, I asked, who do you guys think the visitor is, which is the title of this episode. The visitor. And like the video, share the video on social media, because I am trying to get to 10k subs by the end of the year. And when that happens, there's a very special what if that it will be happening at the 10k subs. Thank all of you beautiful souls for everything. And I will see you beautiful souls in the next video.